Good evening, YouTube. My name is Harry James Clark, and of course, I'm the Panda Man XA. So, yeah. This video, I'm going to be doing a video on Ancient Warriors. Why? Because I feel like it. I was thinking of doing the Infinitracks because that's what I covered in my last video before my year-long hiatus. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But, you know. But I was inspired to play around with these guys, and instead because, well, I like them. So yeah, they're a series of beast warriors. They're kind of this beat downy type of deck that relies on low level monsters and attacking, keeping on the offense. And they're kind of like the Five Fist. And okay, why don't I just show you? So yeah, and oh, god darn it. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Oh, god. Master 5 is upon us soon. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I can't wait for April Fool's Day. I hate April Fool's Day. By the way, stay safe. I'm sure people will be putting out a lot of fake coronavirus cured or lockdown over posts on April Fool's Day because why wouldn't they? So just keep an eye out for that. I mean, I just feel like people tend to do some really... Some people do harmless things and some people do other things. Okay, I go second. This is a going second deck. The deck is reliant on attacks and to function and... Okay, if this fails, I'm fucking dead. Shangban, a little bricky, but I kind of like it. Okay. Oh, Cubic. Wait, you don't want Jam banished, do you? Okay, he's using... God, this is such a weird... Potter D. You know, he's got quite a few good draw options and... You know, I've wanted to experiment with that, but I never got around to it yet. Maybe just comment below about a good, cool deck idea that uses Performer Power pop-up to some extent. Who knows? I don't bother. I'll do it myself. Because that sounds like a fun idea for theming a next video. Yeah. Okay. Does no damage. So the only thing I really have to worry about is that trap card in the graveyard. Okay, another Gamma CL of flipping course. Go, Tenki! So with this, I'm searching Sun Mu, and the shenanigans begin. Well, okay, not shenanigans. It's not really that great. Whose effect allows me to send it to the send one card to the graveyard to get a search. I already made a misplay, but who cares? Well, okay, I care a little. But... You know, does any effect in the hand... Do they have any things like Collude or whatnot? I mean, I'm sure I know this deck does, but, you know. Does... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. God, I literally just went on about that at the start of a turn. Okay, what does he summon? The level... Then think, I can't do that during a damage step, so go a flipping head. You know what, I'm going to get rid of this asshole. Okay. And I can link summon Shrang Long. I'm going to search out this guy so I can defend. And this is what I meant to do initially, but, you know. Then use his effect to send a card to my graveyard to bounce one of theirs back to the hand. Which, because it's Garmaciel, my hand. Okay. He's probably going to search out Doozer and then summon it, and if he does, he's got a nasty surprise rating. I love this card. It's so versatile. Okay. Oh yeah, this card can just like bounce stuff to your opponent's hand during their turn, so between this, Zhang Yuan and Chang Ban. Okay. Thingy. My effect won't work on it. God damn. I know what I should do. And think, unaffected by deactivated effects on monsters whose original attack points are 3,000 or less. Good card. This thing hits like a ton of bricks, but... And, yeah. So, take your time, take your time. I guess he's differing on what to discard. Okay, he wants to sequence his plays somewhat. Okay. That sends... Oh, dearie. That's the one. I assume isn't... Okay. Goods. I get a cubic counter, so I can no longer attack my effect gets negated. Wait, if Doozer's... No, wait, Doozer isn't out of his graveyard, he had another. Well, this guy's flipping hosed. And at this point, I spring the spell, negating all of Thingy's effects. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Okay, I've got that song in my head again. So, okay. What next? I'm eagerly anticipating this. Okay, she discards... Okay, Darnix. Okay. And after this, I play... I'm gonna drop Thingy. Ow. So now he doesn't get another attack. Ooh, Extravagance. Okay, I've still got stuff to do. If that's all he's got, then it's game. First up, I draw a bunch of cards. Drop Garmaciel on him. activate the effect of Shuang Long by sending himself to the grave. His effect searches. Sun Mu. You know, I'm gonna summon my other Garmiciel. Okay, I'm gonna go for 100,000 arrows. And 3 visits gets me some out, and my field is full. And I activate the effect of some Mu. Search for Chow D. And I get the max boost. And some Mu's effect bounces stuff out of hand and... Battled! Attack Zhang Wan. Oh yeah, I might as well apologise at this point. My Chinese is non-existent. I don't speak Chinese. Okay, so that's one duel, but obviously I'm not going to end on the one. Again. So yeah. This deck's actually a lot of fun to play. I really like the mechanics. I'm not 100% wild on the Romance Free Kingdoms. I say that, I'm interested. I don't really have an audiobook or anything like that, so I don't really bother reading. It's so hard. Yet I can deal with problem-solving card text just fine. And I love it. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Second. Okay. Who goes first? Them. Okay. Kitty! No. Okay. Ojamas. You don't see those every day. Or at all. How sad to believe. Hey, what's he gonna end on? What is my opponent going to end on? Because I must confer. Okay. Red, blue. What have they got that I don't know what they have that I'm particularly worried for. I'm not used to this matchup. Okay, a Mannequin Cat. Doesn't that have an ignition effect? Yeah, it does. If a monster gets special summoned to their field, I don't have... Well, I'm going first, so... I'm going to put the Sun Lu Alliance out there and go for Liu Xuan. And just follow up with Zhang Yuan. I was wondering if that could activate during damage step, but it can't. And I attack with him and I draw a card. Oh yeah, and attack boost too. Okay, Pot of Extravagance, that'll be lovely come next turn, but until then, I set 2 and pass to them. So yeah. I do not think my opponent... That was not a good going first play. Like, even Gachi Gantetsu would have been a better play for this. Although, let's be fair here, I would have outed that also, with some move, actually. I still believe... Okay. Ooh. Garmaciel. Bingo. And this is... Ooh, blue, that's nasty. Effect and search out for Zhugong. Who's kind of like Trickstar Lilybell, where you can search something after searching. And combine some Moo, I bounce to hand. Hashtag Synergy! Booyah! So yeah. Okay, 3 in a row, 3 in a row, 3 in a row, 3 in a row! Gotcha. Okay. I'm telling you, man, I flipping love this deck. Which is probably a sign that it's really bad and will never be better, but I don't know, I'm just in love the simplistic, just beat them down with low-level monsters as beats down. Although they have a couple high levels thrown in there as well. Okay, let me think. First or second? Sometimes I have to remember whether to go first or second with certain decks, and it's not that easy, actually. Okay, Master Rules 2020. Yes. Show me. Okay, what do you got? Okay, my opening hand is really nice, actually. Well, gone. Okay. Ooh, Turbolicious. Like it. Shadol. Schematter. Invocation? That fuses from the hand. Interesting. Okay, I can turn thingy. Okay, constructs a non-issue. Wendy, someone's on deck, yada yada. Hedgehog, okay. It's like, okay, what's he gonna end on? I don't think he can special summon anymore. Yep, it applies to both players. Well, I'm not gonna stop Aliesta because this is the part where my opponent realizes he's made a bit of a faux pas. He can't even link that thing away. If he wants to use Invocation, he'll have to wait until next turn. Ah, god dang. And it can't be destroyed by opposing card effects. I'm not worried. I can just turn it off with Infinite Impermanence or Kaiju. Just like, let me have a go. It's these two I'm worried about. The deck can be a little limited regarding answers to back row at times. Okay. Oh, please don't keep me rating. This is like, I don't have a face cam, so I can't just make funny faces to keep the audience occupied, so please don't be boring. Oh! God, how long would it take someone to decide whether to do that or not? Okay, another hedgehog. Sorry, I'm just like getting quite fidgety. And oops, I still believe. Hit me, baby, one more time. Okay. Please keep going. I can't hold the singing back any longer, and I'd like to not lose subscribers because of it. This guy's got a legit timeout. Ooh. Okay, another Garmaciel. That's not bad, actually. First things first, pot of V. All called by the grave. Okay, did he not have... Oh yeah, he fusion summoned that thing with... Okay, and I'm going to play... Sunmoo. Phew, I can play Sunmoo's effect. Brilliant, it's going through. Let me think. They have that one that brings back things from the graveyard. Okay, Zhuzh Gong. Zhuzh Gong is special summoned, and Sunmoo activates, bouncing thingy to hand. And I'm going to get rid of Hogodge, so that I don't have to worry about that thing's flip effect. Or graveyard effect. Honestly, this thing is flipping lovely. Let me think. Invocation is in his graveyard, so if I banished... No, that won't work. Okay, before I move on, I want to go for Shuanglong. Dear YouTube comment section, be a darling and post not terrible pronunciations. Okay. What do I want? What do I want? Ooh! Zhang Yuan. Okay. I can bounce thingy to my hand with his effect, but there's actually not that much point, since I've already got another. I'm going to combine the Shuanglong with start going after his back row. Oh, he's lost another copy of thingy. Then target one face-up card your opponent controls, send it back to the hand. I'm just set this up and line it up with thingy. Such a good link monster. I can't do anything about that, so... Go right on ahead. Wait, does Call by the Grave stop Pod of Avarice? Oh god, I can't activate it in response. I was actually originally planning to send thingy to him. I could activate his effect by sending himself to graveyard, and if I did, he wouldn't have been able to fuse from the deck, but... This isn't too bad either. I have answers at least. So, what... Let me think. What would I want to summon? Akbalone? No. Nephilim? No. Yeah, it is Nephilim. Or Construct. Okay. I really quite like the El Shaddai Winter in the background for... Called by the Grave. I'm going to stop him from bringing back Trick Clown. And then activate the effect of Shuanglong by sending Called by the Grave to the graveyard. Don't worry, Called by the Grave still resolves normally. That's a lovely combo. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, goodness. Okay, that'd be his third copy of the card. And now... Okay, what does he want to summon? Oh, is he going for another Shadow monster? I was about to say, he's like, he shuffled back Aliester with Pot of Thingy. Oh yeah, it's coming. Pot of Thingy's going to be coming to 3 in the next ban list. I'm curious what cool shenanigans people come up with, and I don't have to worry because of the effect of Zhang Wan, Thingy here can't be destroyed by battle. Okay, Reshadol Wendy. That thing special summons Fingerdoll from the Decadol. Deck. Okay. Is this my 3rd or my 4th duel? Okay, now that thing can start bouncing things. Or at least it would if... Oh, I've got Chang Ban engrave. Terrific. I'm just going to drop Sun Mu on them. Shall I? Or yeah, Sun Mu. I'm gonna... This thing, unlike Thingy, is not restricted to face-up guards. He gave. So yeah. I think I'm going to call it a stop there. Not as long as my 5 duels last time. I think it was 3, but I'm only stopping now mostly because I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 I'm on. But actually, I think I'll just take the time to talk about my deck's various choice of these cards. What I included and what I didn't. My version of Ancient Warriors is using the new Link monster, which is called the Ally General Shenlong, who can be summoned with any 2 Beast Warriors, including at least a Wind attribute Ancient Warrior, which, as far as this deck's concerned, is any of these 4. The deck searches them out quite consistently, so I have very easy access. He's a very powerful disruptive presence, being able to search for a card to send to graveyard to. It's a very powerful boss monster. Yeah. Obviously, I'm still using Pot of Extravagance because the deck doesn't have that much reliance on the extra deck, and you can afford to 1 Pot of Extravagance even if your extra deck is only 1. My extra deck is the way it is because, let's be honest here, I'm not going to go into anything but Shenlong 99% of the time, so there's no real point putting in any effort. Naturally, if you want to go that extra mile for say, a competitive event, then obviously I'd probably end up doing it then, but that's why my extra deck is the half shambles mess it is. Just like a couple of Borals, Nightmares, just... These cards can be helpful, although Shenlong is all the move options you kind of really need, but let's say. So yeah, if I was to talk about the archetype, I'd introduce Sun Mu. He's pretty much the heart and soul, the engine, the effing of the deck. While you control an Ancient Warrior monsters, your opponent cannot target him for attacks. And his effects are once turn, send a card from your hand to field graveyard, add another Ancient Warriors monster from your deck to your hand. And if your other Ancient Warriors monster effect is activated, except during down step, that target monster your opponent controls, and turn that to the hand. This is, if you saw my previous duels, I was basically comboing this with Garma CL for hilarious pluses. But it's just very easy to... just relies on a lot of low-level, normal summonable monsters, not so much extra deck spam. Granted, they still have him, but he's not really bad. But you only throw out one of him. And then there's Zhugong. Zhugong's effect is if added from deck to hand by the effect of an Ancient Warriors card, like him or the spell card, you can special from your hand, and when a spell trap is activated, you can send one of your Ancient Warriors spells and trap cards to the graveyard to negate the activation if you do. And another effect is that if you activate a monster effect and you control Liu Xuan, you can also send an Ancient Warrior spell trap to negate. So yeah. He can potentially work as a negation body, but he's mainly used as being searched and then summoned as used as material for Shenlong. Yeah. So Senka Noble Liu Xuan. He's pretty much Sun Mu's counterpart, being that he can't be attacked or control another ancient warriors. Fun fact, if you have him out and Sun Mu, neither of them can get attacked. Isn't that just peachy? His effect is, once a turn, your opponent controls more monsters than you do. You can send a card from your hand to a graveyard. For you to the graveyard, to special summon an ancient warriors monster from your deck except for another Liu Xuan. And if an attack is declared involving an ancient warriors monster you control, draw one card. Just good value, just like. You see, one is that getting your opponent needs to control more monsters than you, part of the requirements, is actually surprisingly difficult to pull off. I'm using 3 because it's quite powerful and because it's a wind monster, so I can, and 1/2 of Vishrang Long, so I can use him. So yeah. I'm putting in Zhou Gong at 2. Like, you can target a continuous spell control, send it to graveyard, and you can add on one of the Ancient Warrior spells / traps to your deck to your hand. So yeah. This allows you to search for any of your spells, which is why he's used, but he's a lot more situational than Sun Mu, especially his last effect, where if you activate another Ancient Warrior monster effect, you can target one effect monster controls and negate his effects until the end of that turn. So yeah, I opted for 2. He's easily searched out anyway, so that's just so he's a little, and his last effect only occasionally comes in handy. So yeah. And my man, the Eccentric Liu Jing. Target you control spell trap your card you control, send to graveyard, and add one of the Senka Ancient Warrior spell traps from your graveyard to your hand. So yeah, nice graveyard recursion, and if you activate another Ancient Warriors monster effect, you can target a spell trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. I really like having spell trap removal on hand to just like make, just in case your opponent throws something bonkers at you, like, I don't know, only B1. Or actually, that wouldn't work. Or whatever floodgate you can think of or something. But yeah. I'd like having something like this that can just off things on a whim. I experimented with 2, but it just proved a bit too gimmicky. Oh yeah, and there's Zhang Wan. He protects your other Ancient Warriors from being destroyed in battle. And at the start of the damage step of your Ancient Warriors battling an opposing monster, special summon with your hand, and if you do, their monster loses 1,000 points permanently. So you can summon this card when your monster gets attacked, and you can summon him and make their monster lose 1,000 attack. So it's kind of like Loot. It's also worth noting that this card does not cause a replay because it activates at the start of the damage step. Similar to how Ally of Justice of Catasta doesn't cause a replay. It's a little counterintuitive, but okay. So his last effect is, if a card your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, target card your opponent controls and destroy it. So yeah. Really useful for just helping clean up shop, really. Again, I could use this against some back row options, as I did in that Shadow Duel. It's very easily searched out via Sun Mu, or discard, and just nifty. And of course, their level 8 biggest boss monster, Sheaf Shao Di. And his effect is, as long as you control another ancient, he has 3,000 attack, 3,500 defense, and if you control another ancient warriors, he cannot be your opponent cannot target him for card effects and cannot be destroyed by their card effects. And his effects are, if a card your opponent controls is destroyed either by battle or card effect, you can send another card from your hand or from your graveyard to summon him from your hand. So yeah. And his next effect is, if your opponent destroys opposing monster battle and sends it to the graveyard, you special summon that monster to your field in defense mode. Yeah. He's basically a decent boss monster to go end game on your opponent with. And the deck is very well protected when it comes from attacks. So there's just Sheaf Shao Di is pretty okay. He can be his ability to summon from your hand is actually kind of nice. He can be easily summon from the hand via the effect of this spell card, and Shran sometimes, and even searched. Although his effect special himself is actually kind of useful if you want to use this card's effect to summon something else. I'm using 3 copies of Ash Blossom, that doesn't need explaining, and I'm using 3 copies of Garmciel because it synergizes with both Sun Mu and their Link monster, who both feature effects that can bounce this thing back to the hand, and it's always really mean when you do that to people. It's why I was so upset when Salamangreat Mirage Stalio got banned. Oh, I liked it. It was such a pretty pony. So yeah. I might as well explain the spells. The Ancient Warrior Saga Revisit. It's like Black Whirlwind. If you normal special summon Ancient Warriors, you can target one of them to add an Ancient Warrior with a different name from your deck to your hand. And if sent from Cell Trap Zone to the graveyard, you can special summon an Ancient Warrior from your hand. It gets into the graveyard automatically during the second standby phase after activation. This is just really good, like it gives you another summon, which can help curb normal summon lines somewhat. And being able to just like search a monster and then summon it is actually really helpful because you can summon things like Yushran. You could use this effect to search for Zhuge Kong, special summoning himself, then still have it. You can drop the high level ones even. And it can just like you can help build your field up quite quickly and potentially dismantle your opponent's boards. We've got the Sunday Alliance, easily the weakest of the bunch, I'd say. Its first effect being once a turn, if you control 2 different attributes of Ancient Warriors, you can declare an attribute, and for the rest of the turn they cannot activate the effects of monsters that have those attributes. So basically it's like a Dark Crawler No More, where except you can only target one specific attribute of monster, which can be useful if you're fighting against a negation body, but let's be honest here, if you're up against those types of monsters, it can be pretty difficult to put 2 monsters on board anyway if can disrupt you very easily. But last effect is its main utility. If an Ancient Warrior activates a monster effect, except during down step, you can make all Ancient Warriors you control gain 300 points for each Ancient Warrior you control until the end of a turn. You can only use the effect of Sun New Alliance on its own. One thing that's really annoying is because I struggle to sequence this card correctly, which can be quite annoying. But it's really useful, particularly during your opponent's turn. If you've got a few monsters out, then these boost stacks up quite fast, actually. We've got my personal favourite, 100,000 Arrows from Eternity Code. And the effect is that you may, once a turn, target the face-up monster controls and an Ancient Warriors you control, and until the end of turn, their attack is halved and you gain that much attack. So yeah, if it gets sent to the graveyard and you control at least 2 different attributes worth of Ancient Warrior monsters, you can take any Ancient Warrior's continuous spell trap and place it face up on your field. So yeah, you can just like search any of these cards and use their effects immediately. Oh yeah. And this last Ancient Warrior Saga card, which is the card they got in Rise of the Duelist, alongside the new Link monster, this is actually quite an interesting one. It's sent to the graveyard. It's a continuous spell that's sent to automatically to the graveyard during the second standby phase after activation. And once per turn during the main phase, you can toss a coin, and if it lands on heads, it gets sent to the graveyard. If sent from spell trap zone to graveyard, you can activate its effect. For the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate any cards or effects in response to the activation of your Ancient Warrior effects. Also, all Ancient Warriors effect monsters you control gain this effect. When it declares an attack, destroy a card your opponent controls. This when paired with the fact that it is not only non-targeting, your opponent can't actually chain anything. So yeah, this has the potential to just like mess up boards if you're able to get the monsters together for it. Although it seemed, although it is, from what I discovered, a little more situational than I initially thought, but I still feel like 1 copy is definitely worth consideration. I'm wanting Pot of Extravagance because this deck doesn't really care about losing extra deck monsters. even Shanglong, as lovely as he is, that's a fun thing about Pot of Extravagance, you can kind of get away with risking it as long as you're using free. But man, this card is good. And so is this card, which is why I'm using it at free. I'm using Called by the Grave, doesn't need explaining at this point, quite helpful. I'm using Tenki, it basically just searches everything, no more explaining. And Tensu. Tensu gives you another normal summon, which makes you a little less dependent on the normal summon, and you can search out monsters quite easily and have a lot of them with the effects of Sun, Mu, and Free Visit, so more summons. And it can also be used as fodder for the effects of the water monsters. So you're getting a lot out of this card, which is why I opted to run it. So yeah, did I explain the Free Visit? Yes, I did. I explained all the spells. I got free infinite impermanence because it's a lovely thing to have. It even gets me out of pickles involving major board presences. It's just a versatile card. And the last card there, Soul Trap card, Defense of Shangban. And while it's on the field, if your Ancient Warrior battles, your opponent can activate spells and traps until the end of damage step. Ancient Warriors, more like Ancient Gear. Okay, I'll stop now. And at the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can send it from your spell traps into graveyard to, and your opponent cannot attack any of the Ancient Warriors for the rest of the turn, so basically buys you one turn free of attacks. However, if your opponent declares an attack while it's in your graveyard, you may banish it from your graveyard to special Ancient Warriors monster from your deck. I won one copy of this. You can send it to graveyard easy via the effects of some Mu and whatnot. And having it set up in your graveyard is really nice because it means you can potentially summon, say, Zhang Luan, who will protect your other monster from into a battle, Xiao Di, who has like a bajillion attack points, Liu Shuan, who could also do nice things. There's just a lot of things. And it's something your opponent has to play around. This deck is actually quite resilient to attacks despite having a lot of monsters, which makes sense. Oh yeah, as for the three I didn't use, as much as I really like Zhang Di, he can be summoned kind of easily, but he sometimes feels a bit pointless because he doesn't have much effect on going for him outside of being a big beater. He's a wind monster, which is quite easily summonable, so you can use him as fodder for Shanglong. Guan Yong is actually an interesting card, I've been thinking. He can be summoned from your hand Cyber Dragon style if your opponent only has a monster out, and on turn if your opponent has more monsters than you, you can target a monster they control and destroy it. Oh yeah, your other Ancient Warriors are untargetable by card effects, which can potentially protect your board, so maybe a copy of. Its Cyber Dragon has summoning condition makes it really cool fodder for Shanglong, and it is in many ways kind of a worse Pankratops, which isn't a bad thing to be since the actual Pankratops is at 1 per deck, if memory serves. Wait, why rely on my terrible memory? I can just look it up. Man, this card is so versatile. And Jia Wen for Schema. It's like, I want to use this card, like, you may target a continuous spell trap you control, send it to graveyard, and if you do, it halves the attack of 2 of your opponent's face-up monsters you until the end of the turn, so yeah. You can potentially debuff 2 of their monsters to go over them. One problem I definitely have with this card is that he only has 1100 attack, which isn't really enough to get over many things, even if they're halved. I mean, Black Green Gale for Whirlwind was barely good enough to do that on his own, and man, back in his heyday when that was, well, I say that, Gale was also kind of scary, just like having your monster just debuffed to the point of uselessness. Yeah, negation bodies was down, but you have to send things graveyard, you have to target do. Its last effect is the more interesting one. Once a turn, if a card your opponent controls is destroyed by a battle card effect, target any Ancient Warriors card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Just so, one shortcoming I noticed of this deck is that this deck doesn't have any methods of recurring cards back from the graveyard on theme except for Lu Jing and this guy, which means he immediately establishes himself at a niche, but he seems a bit situational. It feels like too many things have to go well for him to be particularly optimal. So I just went with not wanting him. So, again, this is what I came up with. I like the deck, it's fun to work with, it's super simple, you don't have to rely on powerful combos, while at the same time aren't completely shut out the gate against decks that do. It's just... I love it. They're so cool. Particularly the mechanics. The mechanics are my fun part. They're all so cool. So yeah, I should probably cap off the video here since I have nothing left to say. So yeah, if you've been affected by any views, racist views, please say so in the comment section down below. And as always, my name is James Hart, VPandamanXA, and I shall see you the next time. Stay safe, everyone.